She's perfect. She's perfect.
I am going to actually grab it and be able to wear it, and I'm so excited.
So cute. Are you kidding?
I've been doing quite a bit of thrifting recently. It's just sort of a phase that I'm in. You caught me at a very thrifty phase in my life. And I have been little by little thrifting things that here and there just need some tweaks. Like maybe I need to take out the hem on a pair of pants because they're too short. Maybe I want to cut off the collar of a shirt. Maybe I want to use my Cricut and get a little crafty, you know? So we are going to do all of that today. I'm basically going to take my pile of things that I have been saving over the last like couple of months and go through it one by one and kind of revamp, upcycle, thrift flip, whatever you want to call it, these pieces so that I wear them and they don't just sit in my closet or I don't end up donating or selling them. Hopefully by putting a little bit of love and intention into these pieces, they will get a lot more wear by me. So I am very excited. Make sure you grab like a little snack or a nice drink because we are just gonna kick back and do a little bit of kind of essentially crafting together. And we're gonna take our pieces from imperfect to hopefully perfect. So let's go ahead and jump in. Real quick before we get into the thrift flipping, I just want to take a moment to thank the sponsor of today's video, Groons. Groons are a convenient, comprehensive formula packed into a snack pack per day. And this isn't a multivitamin, a greens gummies, or a prebiotic. It's actually all of those things in one and more at a fraction of the price, and the best part is it tastes great. Generic multivitamins only have 7 to 9 vitamins, whereas Groons has 20 plus vitamins and minerals, and over 60 ingredients which contain nutrient-dense and whole foods. They're vegan. There's also a low sugar and sugar-free option available. I have personally been going through some health issues, specifically gut health issues, so that's the reason that I was really interested in this and really wanting to see those changes and make a big impact on my gut health, as well as like hair, skin, nails, immunity, optimal health, and so on. Groons actually contains 3 times the amount of dietary fiber compared to the leading greens powders on the market, and over 35,000 research publications support the ingredients in Groons. So they are truly the best. I highly recommend it. Make sure you click my link down in the description box below, or you can scan my QR code on screen here to get up to 52% off. Thank you so much again to them for sponsoring this video, and let's go ahead and jump into the thrift flipping. All right, so we've got our crafting table ready. We've got our pile of stuff that needs our attention. We've got our work cut out for us. And the very first thing I want to do is like a really small task, and hopefully, I don't know, I'm hoping that it's gonna help a little bit. But basically what I want to do is take this pair of Adidas track pants that I got, and these actually I didn't thrift, but I wanted to include them anyway. These are like the cutest pants ever, but I washed them one time and they're sadly like a little bit too short, like just ever slightly too short. And so I thought maybe I could take the hem out of them. I really don't want to cut them. Like I could eventually crop them or something and do some sort of like lace hem or something, but I'm gonna just try to use a seam ripper and take out the hem and then like hope for the best. I used to do that with my jeans when I was younger, and it gave me like, you know, an extra inch or so. So I've got my tiny little sewing kit here. This is actually Drew's, I'm stealing it. And there is a tiny little seam ripper, and I'm just keeping my fingers crossed that these will end up being perfect after this. What I used to do when I was doing this to like, you know, jeans or whatever it was I would like get a little section going, and then once you get it loose, which like, when will that be? Once you get it loose, then it's kind of easier to just sort of like rip it apart. It's just kind of getting it started that takes a little while. Let me tell you, they sewed these things down. There we go. I'm seeing some movement. I think I've been sitting here for, I don't know, 5 minutes or so, and I've gotten about 1 inch done of one leg. Tall girls, you feel my pain. You understand this one. I think we've all been here with the seam ripper before, especially in the early 2000s when all I wanted to do was just wear those long ass jeans. Flare, of course.
These are great. The dirtier the better.
That was the best thing that's ever happened to me. How did I just do that? We did it! You push aside my questionable looking pile of fibers. Oh my god, I'm so glad I did this. Well, we'll see after I wash them. Let me clean these the rest of the way up. and obviously do the other leg because this one leg took me like 20 minutes. I'm gonna finish this up and then show you what it looks like with the new length. I am so excited. I feel like I'm gonna get so much more wear out of these when I actually feel the confidence to wear them and not have them look like unintentional high waters. And if for some reason I don't end up liking the length of them, I will probably eventually crop them because there's no other option. They're just too short. Even though this is quite a simple thing, it's just one tiny little boost that makes it a lot more wearable and something that I'll reach for a lot more often in my closet. Alright, the next one is gonna be super quick and easy, but I am just making this shirt into an off the collar shirt. Off the shoulder shirt? I am cutting off the collar to make it off the shoulder, and I like doing this sometimes with t-shirts because it just brings a little bit of interest. It's something a little different, and I get bored with just a standard t-shirt sometimes, so I am just using regular scissors for this. I'm sorry. Literally all I'm doing for this is just cutting right along where the collar is, and it's just gonna hang nicely off the shoulder and just give a little bit more of like a styled effect when I wear it to Disneyland. This is almost not even worth showing because of how quick it is, but oh god. Okay, there we go. We're good. So we're just making our initial cut. Nice. Obviously I'm gonna work on a couple of the little edges that maybe I didn't get perfectly. Just make it much more straight. As you can see, that works a lot better. And then I just kind of like pull it taut ever so slightly. And what I've learned about cutting the collars off of my t-shirts is that you really gotta go small. Sometimes if you cut it too much, it's like your boobs are out. So all you do now is throw it in the wash, and the washing machine kind of does all of the work for you and kind of removes a couple of those little tiny jagged edges, and then you're done. That's it. All right, this next one should be like relatively straightforward as well. And I am going to attempt to hem a skirt, but like in a no-sew kind of fashion. I recently got this skirt, which is so perfect. It's actually a skirt. It has shorts underneath. The shorts are actually long enough for me. It's such a comfy skirt. I love it so much. I love the color. I love that it's moisture wicking for the summer, but it's just a little bit too long. So I was like, okay, I'm not gonna be sewing it. No. So I thought I would try another no-sew version, which I have used this before in a previous thrift flip video. If you guys watched, maybe like a year or so ago, I did a little thrift flip using hemming web, and it worked out really well for me. I've washed it, like I've had a great experience with the product. So we're gonna try it out again. And I'm basically gonna take this, which is essentially like a glue. Oh, there's my iron. It's essentially like a glue. I'm gonna lay a piece down on the inside of the skirt. Then I am going to fold the skirt over and iron it onto it, and then it'll adhere and I don't have to sew it. Kind of genius. So I'm gonna cut a piece. I can always cut more. I'm gonna stick it as close to the kind of like side seam as possible, but where I can still fold it down. Make it as even as possible. I can smell the glue. Now I'm gonna do the same thing on the front side, and then I'll work on the sides one by one afterwards, just to make sure it's all nice and even. All right, now we just have the sides left, which is honestly so quick. Like, as you can see here, there's maybe a 3-inch gap to close, so quite a simple one. All right, and there we have it. It's honestly as even as it's gonna get, and I think it looks phenomenal. Like, I was actually a little concerned with maybe like wrinkles or it being super duper uneven. I mean, it made me like a smidgen longer on this side, but honestly, when it's on, you're not gonna be able to tell. It is so cute! Instead of being like, oh, I wanna wear that, but I need to take it to the tailor first, so it's just gonna sit in the back of my closet, or no, I'm never gonna take it to the tailor, so I'm gonna put it in a pile to like resell or whatever. All of that is no more. I am going to actually grab it and be able to wear it, and I'm so excited. All right, next up, we are gonna do a couple of Cricut projects. I have been obsessed with my Cricut recently, but recently I've thrifted a couple of blank sweatshirts and I just thought it'd be really fun to put some cute stuff on them. So I've made a couple of potential projects. This one I'm gonna start with is for this black hoodie, and I wanna do like a smiley face and some stars on the side, but I actually ended up buying some vinyl that's like leopard. So we have like a little smiley face and then some leopard stars. How cute is that? Very 90s, very me. So let's see if I remember how to do this. So what I do remember is you take the mat, you go to make. Okay, so I'm gonna do black first. Okay, then you load it in.
Go, Kylie, go. Wow, look at her go. Great job.
I'm just gonna peel it off. We'll use this in a moment. Layer number 2 is gonna be our leopard vinyl. I saw it at Michael's and I said I had to have it. Now we're doing layer number 2. All right, now it is time to assemble. So I'm gonna try to get this centered as I possibly can. I don't really need to do this bottom little layer that's black because the hoodie is black, but I'm just gonna do it just for funsies. So I'm gonna press it on and hope for the best. It's so satisfying. I hate the black underneath. I regret it, but most people probably won't see that. Here we go. This is so satisfying. My goodness. That's everything.
So cute. Are you kidding?
She's perfect. She's perfect. All right, then next for this sweatshirt, I was like, okay, what am I gonna do for this little baby blue number? Am I going to put some kind of white design over it? Am I gonna do some sort of like Y2K inspired thing? But then I thought about the fact that I just finished reading Game Changer. I'm about to start Heated Rivalry. I'm still not over Heated Rivalry, the TV show. So what if I did something Hall & Off related? So I came up with a design that's kind of like the I Heart New York or like I Heart whatever. And I did I Heart Hall & Off. What do we think? I don't know. I think it's gonna be kind of perfect. This one's super easy. It's only 2 layers. So we're gonna do just a red and a black and then iron it on the sweatshirt. It's gonna be the perfect sweatshirt. Like that's it. And here we go. This is so funny to me. I love it. All right, she's cooled off. Oh my goodness. This is the best thing I've ever created. I love it. I love it. All right, this last one is kind of shot in the dark. Like I'm not sure if we're gonna be successful with this one, but I did recently thrift a Dooney and Burke bag from the thrift store for $9.99, but the logo itself is just a little bit scuffed and faded. So I was wondering if just with a little bit of TLC, maybe some leather conditioner, we can bring it back to good health, I hope. Fingers crossed anyway. So I have this leather conditioner. That was what was suggested when I looked it up, and just kind of like buffing it in with a rag. So this may be like very short and sweet because it may not work or it may just be instant, but otherwise my boyfriend is in fact a painter, so if I needed to get him to paint this to sort of match it, we can do that as well. Well, actually, hold on now. I actually do think that's helping a tiny bit, like a minuscule amount, but still, I do think it might be helping. If a little bit is working, then more should certainly work better, right? Oh, I do think it's helping. I don't think this is too bad. I think this actually was money well spent. At first I was like, I have just wasted my money, right? Like that has to be better. If you have any suggestions, whether that's like leather polish or some kind of paint or something like that, let me know. But I think that's pretty good considering where we started. I'll give you a before and after so you can see, but I'm pretty pleased with the results of literally all of these. And it's honestly really nice to just set aside a couple of hours and get these things done, sort of knock it out of the way. And it kind of feels like crafting in the process as well. So I'm super pleased. And now I wish I had more things to do because I love them all. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. You can also turn on my post notifications if you want to be notified every time I post a new video. Let me know if you want to see more of these kind of thrift flip, upcycle, whatever you want to call it, kinds of videos, because they are very, very fun for me to do. If you have any specific ideas besides me learning how to sew, I'll get to that eventually, but for now, no. But if you have any suggestions, definitely let me know in a comment below. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sending you all of my love, and I'll see you very soon in my next video. Bye.